Okay, well, let's go ahead and get going then. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this afternoon. I'm Gordon Yee. I'm the Marketing Director for Ancare. And speaking with us today is Bill McDonald. Bill is our Senior Director of Sales. And he had some stuff that he wanted to tell us all about with with Ancare's anti-fatigue mats and anti-vibration pads. So, hey, this is a Zoom environment. Feel free, if you ever feel like asking a question, raise your hand on the screen, put your little icon up on the screen if you want to, throw questions up in the chat. We're going to let Bill go ahead and ramble on for a little while, and then we'll come back to him with some questions as they come up. And maybe with some luck, we might even have a little bit of a surprise, a little bit of fun at the end. But please go ahead and give it over to Bill.
Well, I appreciate you guys all taking time today and just coming here to Ancare and learn a little something, hopefully. One of the main things we want to talk about is anti-fatigue mats. There's some differences out there, and I think we can provide a mat that will work really well for you. Please bear with me. I'm using pictures on my background to kind of demonstrate some of the different things, so I might have a little delay in between as I make the switches. First off, I'd like to talk about traditional mats and some of their many issues. A lot of people think that a mat needs to be soft to provide anti-fatigue capabilities, and that's actually pretty much the opposite. Many of them out there are very porous, so they don't work in our environment. The next things are that when you're stepping on them, they bottom out and they become hard. So kind of think about you're standing on like a foam mattress. If you're doing that all day long, your legs would get tired, your back would get sore. You're not getting any energy back from it. All it's doing is compressing and not giving energy back. So this is where the anti-fatigue mats kind of start off. So what we're doing is we're providing a stable support, as you can kind of see in the picture here. And then with a unlimited, sorry, trying to get up there, with kind of a unstable support substrate. So what that provides for you is you get balance and moves with you. And then when I kind of switch, I think I switched all the way off of me here. Hang on a second. I'm going to switch to the next picture here. Sorry about the delay. So now you can see when you cushion, is that on? Everybody else is here? Oh, shoot. There we go. So what that shows is the cushion impact, it softens the force, and it basically becomes compressed. So all the different cylinders underneath, they mushroom out. And then when you go to lift your foot off, you'll get a trampoline effect. So basically it'll move your foot off and provide energy the opposite direction. So kind of showing right there. So it's you're getting the balance, you're getting the anti-fatigue properties. The nice thing about the mats as well is they are completely washable, autoclavable, and they can be used in many different areas throughout your facility. A lot of people use them in cage wash, wherever you have repetitive walking and back and forth to like the tunnel or the tunnel washers, or in front of change stations. And a lot of people are using them in front of their stand-up desks. So that gives, it's a very stable pad, only sits up about a ½ inch high. So it's not a tripping hazard. It's beveled edged. And it provides you, just a lot of stability and energy back throughout the day. So, does anybody have any questions so far as like the anti-fatigue mats? I know it's not go ahead, Gordon.
I do actually. I'm just wondering, because you mentioned it's kind of weird to think about. You mentioned it's stable, yet it's not stable at the same time. I mean,
yeah.
So tell me more about stability.
So the stability is the factor of the mushrooming of the cones on the bottom. So when they work their way out, they're still providing a base, but yet they are moving with the weight of the person and the energy that it's given. And then as it gives the energy away, it comes back to its cylindrical shape.
Okay, so
it's kind of
it almost like acts like a spring or something like that, I guess, when they start to relieve pressure,
correct.
It like pushes it back up, right? Okay, very cool.
Yes, and the energy given back. Yes. And And so, you know, it's been a really good product for us. We have a lot of people that are using these throughout the facilities. They're durable, and it's been, you know, I'm just lost my train of thought there. A great product for everybody. So let me switch over here to some of the next topics we're going through. This is kind of just a picture of the mat being used in a facility. And then the next thing we want to talk about is there's the mat Gordon's showing you. And the next thing we have is anti-vibration. That's becoming a trigger point in a lot of our facilities. Whether you have building going on around you, or you have vibration, just regular building noises. A lot of the mice hear stuff at a level and feel stuff at a level that we wouldn't even think about. And people are wondering why we're having issues with the mice on the ventilated rack systems, whether that creates the hum or the noise, or that's causing it, or if it's coming through the building, whether you're in a large city, or if you have something else outside factor happening. So the mats, what they do is you can roll. They're very similar in structure to the anti-fatigue mats. They have the cones, they give the energy back, but it's a more durable rubber. So it's a little firmer in texture. And what we've done is we've made little ramps so you can kind of set the rack up. You push the whole rack up onto the anti-vibration pads. There was a company this morning that should be on the ALAS website, that was talking about vibration and issues with the racks. And this is one of the ways that they've said that you can help mitigate a lot of those issues and help with breeding. We have many customers that are currently using this, and it's definitely become a hot topic around the industry. So any questions on the anti-vibration pads? Gord, or Vinny.
Vinny has one, yeah. Unmute yourself, Vin.
You're muted, Vinny.
Okay, I'm new to this stuff. No, just kidding. Just wanted to mention also, and if you're going to get to this, forgive me, is also the fact that in some of our customers in large animal transports have used that material for recovery to cushion the animals, goats, swine, stuff like that. So if you're going to go there, I don't want to step on your toes, and if you weren't, I just wanted to interject that.
No, that's a great point. Definitely the mats can be used for recovery and for a lot of other issues, or long-term standing animals, in small pens. Depending if you're doing like heart studies or something like that, it's a great idea.
Thanks.
Yeah. Bill, I had a question for you actually about the anti-vibration mats, because I haven't actually tried it myself yet. I mean, I've sold them. I've had a couple of these things down. Now, so when you put these down on the floor, and I guess you put like one in front of each wheel, obviously, and pulling the rack up on here, how difficult is it? I mean, obviously you need some strength, but is it something that most people can do okay?
I think it's a couple person job, but definitely it's something that's not very hard. The ramps definitely aid in bringing the wheels up to the top of the vibration pad area.
Okay, and I was asking that in particular because I know I was in one facility where they were using something different. I don't even know what it was made out of, but there was no ramp on it. And they actually had to have two people lift one end of the rack while the third person went and put them underneath the wheel. So, I think the ramp is really pretty integral to that.
Yeah, and that's an OSHA issue waiting to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I wanted to show this because you touched on the fact that the regular mats are tapered. And I wanted to actually show people here what the taper is like on the edge of this mat. Normally this would run around the whole perimeter of the mat. So, you have that tapered edge all the way along. And this is how thick again, you said, Bill?
Roughly about a ½ inch.
½ inch. So it's really quite thin. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Does anyone else?
I think we're ready for your grandpa. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Please go ahead. I was just going to ask if there were any other questions. Go ahead.
This is Chandra. Can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah.
Chandra.
Okay. Question on the mats or with the ramp. Are they sold individually or are they sold in sets of 4?
They're sold individually, I believe.
Okay.
But we could work out a set price
Yeah.
for you. Quantities
Actually, wait,
needed.
I'm just going to ask Amanda, who's there in the background. Amanda, are they sold individually or in a set of 4?
Individually.
Okay.
Like those. We got to order some of those, like ASAP. Oops,
No,
I'm supposed to be muted again.
We're not going to complain. It's, you know, I can tell you from my experience that when Bill was mentioning how some places have problems with vibration and all that, the animals not reproducing. I mean, I remember one facility in particular that had completely renovated about 10 years ago, built a whole new facility. They had gone from being ground level to 6 levels underground, and they had gone from conventional caging into IVCs. And they were adamant that the IVCs were causing their breeding issues. And it wasn't. It was vibration, transient vibration that was coming into the facility because they were underground and there was construction nearby and there were building vibrations and it was all of this other stuff. Maybe the rack-mounted blowers might have played a factor in that as well, but it was a cumulative effect. And so had they addressed vibration, they probably would still be using the same vent racks that they were using then. Danny, are you saying that my questions are staged? My goodness, come on now. What, you think like Bill and I rehearsed this? No. Bill, was there anything else that you wanted to talk about today, though?
No, I think we've touched on many of the subjects. It's definitely a great product. Like I said, Turner this morning did a talk on vibration, and I think you can find that talk on the ALAS website. And they do talk about anti-vibration pads as a solution, or definitely to many of the vibration issues that are in a facility and causing problems with breeding. So it'll be something to look at, and good thing everything's posted up there for many, many days.
Well, I mentioned to you guys that I might have a big finish. So let me adjust my camera here a little bit, point it down to my floor here.
Gordon,
because I've got
folks.
here one of the octagonal anti-fatigue mats. And you can see it's got the perimeter all the way around here tapered. It's got the little nodules underneath. And I'm going to put that right down over here. What I've also got are eggs. Amazing thing about eggs, they break rather easily. And they can be really strong, but they're also really fragile. And when you do this type of thing live, you always run the risk that maybe there's going to be something wrong with this egg. So my goal right now is, can I drop this egg onto this mat from a height high enough that it will bounce off the mat, but still break on the floor? That's the goal. Let's see, I'm gonna try from about 5 feet high. Oy! And it missed me, but it most definitely broke on the floor. Can you guys see it over there?
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
we can see it for sure.
So I've got a mess to clean up now. But the point is that if it can take a falling egg from 5 feet and redirect that energy enough so it flies back into the air and still comes down with enough force to break, think about how much energy it's absorbing while you're standing on it, redirecting it. Exactly what Bill was saying. It makes it easier to stand for those prolonged periods of time. It returns the energy back into your feet. And it's a lot easier to clean than my floor is. So you have all those things going for you with these great anti-fatigue mats.
I have carpet, so I told him he could do it.
I originally wanted Bill to do it out in his garage, but you know, that couldn't happen apparently. So, folks, thank you very much for stopping by today. We have another presentation tomorrow morning with Nancy McCormick, and then I'm speaking tomorrow afternoon on outreach. So hopefully you can all join us then. We have recorded this and we will post it back up, a link back in our booth for anyone else who might want to see it. But if you have any other questions, oh, Bill, you want to say something else?
Yeah, just real quick. And if you have anybody anywhere throughout the country that you know or you're talking to that has further questions, please feel free to contact myself or Gordon or Amanda or Vinny or any of Nancy, Brian, any of the reps, and we will be happy to help you and figure out a solution for y'all.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. Yes, we're always willing to work with you guys
Yes.
to get what you need. So thank you very much. Hope you have a great show at ALAS, and we will see you back here hopefully tomorrow and Thursday.
Gordon, we just had a couple of questions pop up on the screen.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Chandra, are they available for purchase now? Yes, you can always contact your rep or contact the office directly, sales@ancare.com, and we will get you a quote. We will get you whatever information you need. How much do the mats weigh? Boy, there's a tough question to
Are
answer.
you talking about the anti-vibration or the mats for standing?
I would assume that she's talking about the anti-fatigue mats. So that's a good question, actually. And I do wish I had a scale. This one here is small enough that it's actually quite light. I'd say probably 5 to 7 pounds, somewhere in that range. We have a 2 foot by 3 foot that weighs a bit more. And the 3 by 5, I would probably say that you don't want to be handling it on a regular basis. You want to, you know, maybe have a couple of people in.
What we can get you that information. And the other thing with the mats is you want a mat that's going to have enough weight that it's not going to slide and become a trip hazard, or when you step onto it, slide out from underneath you. That's part of the properties that are nice about these. They're not overbearing, and the nice thing, you can run them through your tunnel washers, fold them over your cage wash rack, so they are durable and you can have long continued use.
You know what? And I'm sorry, Bill, I just remembered one other use that we have for these things that a lot of people are doing now. They're taking these mats and cutting them down and putting them onto stainless steel carts to use it to help dampen the vibration on the stainless steel, to insulate the cage from any vibration as you're moving the cage along through the facility. So just another possibility of what you can use these for. And I am sorry I missed those questions before, but that seems to be the end of it, unless anyone else has any other questions.
Excellent. Well, we'll circle back on those questions, and we'll get the weights and we'll figure it out.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much,
everyone.
everybody. Appreciate your time. Bye.
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 Hi, Sylvie.